So I'd like to discuss the subject of love in a little bit more detail this week. I've touched upon it the last few video logs, and I think it's an important subject, important enough for me to get a few comments on Facebook, which I would like to respond to in a little more detail in this video log. The first comment, so the question was, how do we remove fear, really, which was answered a little bit in last week's video log. And my cousin Rick responded to that with, perfect love removes all fear. Well, that's wonderful and true. And so I asked him, so what do you think perfect love is? And this was his reply, which was quite wonderful. He said, definitely more than the subjective feeling that so many presume it to be. I believe that love requires action. If I say that I love my fellow man and do nothing to help him in his need, my conception of love is hollow and I fool myself. A life that embodies love will be full of sacrifice, full of compassion, full of joy, and full of adventure. This life lived in love is truly the good life. What a great saying. This life lived in love is truly the good life, and it really is. So Rick is saying that love requires action. And really, love is action. Nothing that came into existence or remains in existence did not come from love, right? Everything's come from love. We are born out of love, and when we're born, we don't just stay still. We continue to move and do things because of the love that's within us, we continue to live and thrive. So love is action, and it is a gift. It is a gift from God, and gifts are given, and that is action. So the love within us, as we become more in touch with it, and it begins to embody who we are, then we must give it. We must give it to those in need, and even those who don't need it. Give it all the time. There's so many ways to give love. A smile, a handshake, $1. There's so many ways, but love should be given. I agree with that 100%. And as a result, a life lived in love is truly the good life. Thank you, Rick, very much. The next comment is from another cousin, my cousin Brian. He said, God is love. And that's amazing, because it's true. God is love. So if you go off of what I talked about last week, and what I talked about last week was the removal of fear in our lives. How we remove fear is to become more conscious. How we become more conscious is start to let go of the thoughts and the things that distract us from seeing the love within our heart. Now, if God is love, then that means we're aligning ourselves with God. And what a beautiful thing to align ourselves with. The ultimate. God is the ultimate. So becoming more conscious is aligning ourselves with God. And if we're aligned with God, and God is the creator of everything that we see, what in this world can we not create? And is there any reason to fear anything? If you look at it that way, if you look at it in terms of God creating everything, he was not afraid of creating anything. He just created for the delight of creating it. Yet, we fail to do the same thing a lot of the times. All right? Our passions are there, our love for things are there, yet we don't move forward and create them because we're afraid. Well, if we become more conscious and align ourselves with love, with God, what is there to be afraid of? Why not create? Why not create? And speaking of creating, this quote, God is love, this comment, God is love, comes from my cousin. My cousin is an amazing tattoo artist. So if you're interested in tattoos and wearing beautiful art on your body, then please visit unionelectrictattoo.com. My cousin goes under the name Big Five, so any of the pictures that are on there that say done by Big Five were done by my cousin. So please enjoy those, and if you're interested and you happen to be in Southern California, then visit his tattoo shop. He's an amazing artist. He did my first tattoo, and I think it was one of his first, and I wear it very proudly on my shoulder. So I hope you enjoyed this video log. Look for a video log every week because they're going to continue to come. I'm continuing to come up with subjects that I feel are important to talk about. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. We will see you next time.